But in keeping with Marybeth and Jeff's no-rush, laid-back approach to the engagement, they were in no rush to plan their wedding. But eventually, they chose a date and picked this beautiful venue. Then they sent out save-the-date cards. Then the world got turned on its ear. Then restrictions were put in place. Then the wedding was postponed. Then they sent out don't save the wedding date cards. Then the wedding was rescheduled. Then vaccinations happened. Then restrictions were reduced. And guest lists were shortened. And restrictions were lifted. And guest lists were lengthened. And we're finally here. So I don't feel so bad that I delayed it one day.
Which is from Schitt's Creek. Nice. And then she always asks me to do something for her, and she offers me $20. Says, Jeff, I just wanted to make sure I got you that 20 I owed you before we got married. I love you, and I can't wait to be your wife. Oh, so good.
As Marybeth and Jeff's relationship grew and they became more serious, there was an assumption, at least amongst MB's friends, that Jeff would propose and they would get engaged. One time they went away for a quick weekend getaway to celebrate a dating anniversary, and Kim, my Kim, asked me if they would come back engaged. They didn't. There were multiple occasions when we had dinner at our house or Bruce and Christina's house, and Christina would ask quietly, or sometimes not so quietly, when the heck are they going to get engaged? They didn't. There was an afternoon spent out on Emily and Dave's deck, and Emily and Lindsay quietly asked, when are they going to get engaged? They didn't. I'm sure there were a few others who were asking the same question, Julie. So, it was the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, 2018. Kim and I were out for an early dinner, and as we were finishing up, I called Marybeth and invited ourselves over for a visit and a drink. When we got to their house, I said hello, we hugged it out, and then like I normally do, I went searching for Hannah. She was in watching TV and playing with her tablet, and I can usually get a smile, but usually a roll of the eyes when I show up. But that day I barely got a mumbled hi. I just figured kids would be kids. As our evening went on, Jeff brought Hannah up to bed, and we eventually left and made our way home. That was Sunday night. On Tuesday morning, I was at work and I got a call from Marybeth. That's common, we talk a lot. What was uncommon, it was early, and we know that Marybeth and early don't go together. But she called to excitedly tell me that Jeff and Hannah had proposed the night before, Monday night. She told me how it all happened and how great their plan was. I was so happy for them, and inside, I was actually thinking it's about time. And then MB laughed and told me that their plan was supposed to happen Sunday, the night that we invited ourselves over. I was so happy for them, but I felt terrible we delayed the long-anticipated engagement one day.
So many of my memories include Marybeth. Weddings, babies, trips to Salem at Halloween and acting scared, table 7, amazing coffee mug searches, and plain old good conversation. And when I met Jeff for the first time, I knew immediately that he would forever be part of those memories to come.
As a lot of people in here know, over 8 years ago, Jeff went through something we hope we all never have to go through. If there's anything positive that came out of that unfortunate situation, is that it allowed Jeff and Marybeth to find one another. Marybeth, you knew the situation you were coming into, and you didn't flinch. Your love for Jeff and Hannah allowed you to overcome what I imagine was a really tough situation at times. For that, I admire the hell out of you, and more so I thank you for continuing to make Jeff and Hannah as happy as you do. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We're lucky to have you in our family.